Hello everyone and welcome to a book review. This one's for an ebook novella. And the one I am going to talk to you about is Plainly Murder by Isabella Allen. This is book number 0.5 is what it says, but it's basically the prequel to the actual series, which is an Amish quilt shop mystery series. So this one we are following, the main character's name is Angie. She is 33 years old and she is visiting her aunt who has cancer, I believe is what it was. Yes, cancer. And Angie is from Texas, and so her aunt is in Ohio, and her aunt is Amish, so she is there to help her aunt and be with her aunt for a little bit. This prequel novella was published in 2013. There was no audiobook available for this, and it is told in first person. And this was written by Isabella Allen. So anyway, Angie is helping her aunt. One of her aunt's friends has passed away. And this quilt shows up with a note from the friend that has passed away asking her mom, which I don't remember, or not her mom, her aunt, Angie's aunt, which I don't remember her name, asking her aunt to take the quilt to another person who's in the Amish community and to ask about her son. So her friend's son died several years ago during a barn raising. He fell off of a roof. And the mother of the child that died, her child, he was like, I don't know, 17, 18, 19, so somewhere around there, 20 maybe. Anyway, his mother thinks that he was actually murdered. And so the mother just was convinced until the day she died that he was murdered. A lot of other people in the Amish community were like, nope, it was a terrible accident and things like that. And everyone's been trying to forget the incident and move on with their lives. So Angie, because her aunt is so sick, Angie takes the quilt to this person that's referenced in the note, and there you find out some stuff about who he was dating, a business deal that he was trying to get into, and things that were going on with that. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil stuff. So stuff starts to get revealed. So Angie talks to this person, and this person that she's talking to, her husband and her own a little Amish shop that sells like boots, socks, and other trinkets and stuff like that. So then Angie ends up going to see this judge who used to be Amish and is now what's called an Englishire or something like that, but he's not Amish anymore. And that is something that I have known and have heard about, that I guess at a certain age, if you grow up Amish, when you reach a certain age, you have the choice to either stay Amish or go out on your own and kind of experience the English life, I guess is what it was called. I don't know if that's the correct term or not, but to experience life outside of the Amish, to decide if they want to come back and stay Amish or to stay outside of the Amish community and not be Amish anymore. I have heard of that happening. So that stayed true to the book. So anyway, Angie goes to visit this judge, talks to him, finds out the two men that the guy that fell off of the roof was trying to get into business with. A couple other people come up. So she goes around investigating, trying to figure out what's going on. She's told to leave it alone. Of course she doesn't. That's just a cozy mystery. And eventually you do find out what really happened. If it was an accident, you know, how that really happened, or if it was murder, what happened there. So you do find out one way or the other, and that's your typical cozy mystery. Angie has a pet dog, and it is a French bulldog, and his name is Oliver. He is important in this story. He is a little cutie patootie from what I have read. He seems very cute. She dresses him up. Now remember, she is from Texas, so warm weather. And in Ohio, they're in the winter. There is snow on the ground, ice. And I think they experience like a winter squall, which we get this here in West Jordan, Utah. We just had one like 2 days ago, a winter squall. And it seems like that is what happened, although it's not called a squall. It was just a sudden like freakish storm that you can't see past a certain point, which we call that a squall here in Utah. I don't know if that's called differently anywhere else, but that's pretty much what happened at one point in the book. So that was interesting. And my train of thought just went out the window. So yeah, she's investigating. She finds out, her French bulldog. So, yeah, they are from Texas, where it's warm. And Angie dresses her dog in like sweaters and coats and gives him little boots to walk around in. So he's got these little red booties to keep his little paws warm. And you do open the story with him being afraid of chickens on the Amish farm. So that was fun. Very cute. As far as content or trigger warnings, as I had mentioned, the aunt of Angie has cancer, and that is a big theme in the book, is her cancer and how she is handling things. So that's a big trigger. The other thing to be aware of is there is a lot of emphasis on weight and being aware of what you're eating too much. Angie, in this book, it is mentioned that she is engaged to be married. And some of the commentary in her head is that, okay, she can have this extra cookie. She's just going to have to work a little bit more to shed a few more pounds. Doesn't want to go weighing too much, home weighing more than she did when she left, because her fiance is not going to be happy. So there was a lot of emphasis on weight and the guilt associated with enjoying some good food. So that was kind of annoying, but I do see that happen quite a bit. So it was realistic. But at the same time, it was annoying because I know I've had those thoughts before, and it's annoying to have those thoughts. And it's just, it sucks to have those thoughts. The other trigger warning, the word suicide does come up once. Now, this is not used as in the term of someone unaliving themselves, is how people are saying it now. It is in the terms of like high fashion. Think of fashion, the fashion industry. It's like if you were to go outside in the public wearing a certain color or pattern of something, it's considered it's considered a suicide fashion faux pas or something like that. So it's in regards to fashion, not being unalived. And that's it as far as trigger content warnings. Again, as far as word counts, again, I did mention the suicide, and it only comes up the one time. The other word that comes up is the word Lord. I am trying to remember. Sometimes it was done in a religious sense. I wanted to say maybe one time. So again, 4 times, 1, maybe 2 might have done as far as like Lord Bronson, where someone, I think lords are ladies. I could be getting that confused with another book I just recently read. But when it did come up, at least most of the time, if not all the times, it was done in a religious sense. There was reference to God, but it was used in what I am assuming. Now, I am not Amish. I don't know anyone that's Amish or anything like that. The spelling and the usage of it appears to be how someone that's Amish would talk. So the spelling was a little different, but you do get the idea that that's what is meant. So I did not count that because it was not how me, who is not Amish, would not use that word and the spelling and connotation and all of that. So, and that's one thing that I personally really enjoyed about this book was the use of Amish terminology. Now, again, I don't know how true to that is. I'm assuming that the author hopefully did their due diligence and researched it and used the words and terms correctly, but I don't know. I'm not Amish, so I can't say for sure one way or the other. So it'd be interesting to know if you have been Amish or know someone who is Amish and have read this book, are the words used correctly? I don't know. So I like seeing in books different words in different languages or from different cultures and things like that. I really like seeing that, and that was definitely prevalent in this book. So a lot of the words, and they were kind of like italicized in the book, and I read this as an ebook. and they were italicized in the ebook so that you knew that it was a Amish specific word that was being used. Like ant was used, but it was a different spelling, and so you knew it was kind of pronounced just possibly just a little bit differently as well. So that was really cool. So yeah, I enjoyed this, and I look forward to continuing on. I have the first book in physical format, so, but this prequel again is a novella, and I read that on my ebook. So at some point I'll be picking up the physical book, which is the official first book in the series. So let me know, have you read Plainly Murder, or have you read any of the other books in an Amish Quilt Shop mystery series by Isabella Allen? Are you interested in picking this up? Talk to me in the comment section below, and until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I'll talk to you later.